and inspire us all to selfless devotion to duty and service to all.
Chief Master Connelie joined the Coast Guard in 1991. He arrived at the Coast Guard boot camp at Cape May as part of Company Romeo 135 and was selected to participate in the special ceremonial detail. After graduation, he spent an extra 8 weeks in Cape May as a drill instructor assistant with a ceremonial detail, culminating in performing as the drill instructor for a graduating class. Tom then attended RMA school, or better known as Radio Making School, in the summer of '91. After graduation and earning his telegraph operator qualification, he reported to the ISC, or Integrated Support Command, Seattle, to join the crew of pre-commissioning the detail of the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Midget, undergoing the midlife renovation, or known as FRAM. Tom went from Seaman RN to RM3 to TC3, Telecommunications Specialist, third class, to TC2 during his 3.5 years on board the Midget. Notable events in the cutter earning its commissioning pennant: qualifying as a boarding team member, multiple Alaska Bering Sea Patrols, a joint SAREX in Petropavlovsk, Russia, going through the Panama Canal to participate in Operation Uphold Democracy in Haiti, and a South Patrol to the American and Western Samoa. Early in that tour, he met Shelley, and in 1993 they were married. In 1995, Jared was born shortly before Tom received orders to the D-13 Command Center. TC2 Connelie was then assigned to the D-13 Communications Center in Seattle, Washington, where he participated in the transition from the Coast Guard Workstation 2, or to us, the green screens, to the standard Workstation 3. District ComSens were among the first units to transition to this Microsoft-based computer platform. During this assignment, the District ComSens were closed and watch-in requirements changed from 12-hour to 24-hour to day work only, and finally the crews were dispersed. Then in late 1999, now TC1 Connelie was tasked with planning and testing the Y2K radio communication contingencies for the Seattle region. During this tour, Thomas and Jennifer joined the family. Little Thomas. In early 2000, Tom was recommended for and received orders to be an instructor at the Telecommunications Specialist School in Petaluma, California, cow country, or vineyard country, depending on how you look at it. In addition to teaching at the schoolhouse, Tom also qualified as a leadership and management instructor, or LANS, and maintained the TC textbook and became a volunteer firefighter at the base firehouse there in Petaluma. Very early in September 11, 2001, Tom was part of a wildfire crew headed to a week-long deployment in Calistoga, California. The wildfire crew didn't even get details about the September 11 attacks until September 13th, when they were brought off the fire line for a short break. When Tom advanced to Chief Telecommunications Specialist in 2002, he was recommended for an opening at the Coast Guard Instructional Systems School located in Petaluma, which was great for children and kids, again stated. There, he taught the instructor development course and helped develop and teach the online course design, one of the Coast Guard's first online courses. Tom still continued to volunteer on the firehouse there while being a LANS instructor. In 2004, now Chief Operations Specialist Connelie was promoted to Communications Warrant Officer, and the family moved to Springfield, Virginia, where Tom was assigned to TISCOM in Alexandria, Virginia, where he was part of the Communications Security Program. There, he managed the modernization and downsizing of the Coast Guard's Electronic Key Management System, or EKMS program, and was heavily engaged in planning the transition from EKMS to KMI, Key Management Infrastructure. In 2005, Comms Chief Warrant Officer Specialty was retired or transitioned, and now Tom was an OSS or Operations System Specialist. Midway through this tour, Tom, 6 months after his triathlon, required open heart surgery. to repair a leaking aortic valve. He survived the surgery, thank God, and the subsequent medical board. Again, thank God. Many thanks go out to all his friends and family who helped and supported him during that time. Next, Tom and family headed back to Seattle. Tom was assigned as the district security manager for the Washington, Oregon area, or District 13. During his 5 years there, Tom traveled a lot, but was also able to spend time with his family and being very active in the kids' activities. In 2014, the family moved back to the D.C. area, as now OSS-4 Connelie was assigned to the Personal Support Command as the Operations System Specialist and Information System Specialist, or OSIS, Assignment Officer. Jared chose to remain in Seattle to start his career in audio production and continue his love of playing in live music. Normally, the assignment officer positions are 3-year assignments, but Tom and Shelley decided to request and receive a 1-year extension to ensure stability for Thomas, then attending the Old Dominion University, and Jennifer finishing high school. It was a good thing, too, since Tom had to undergo a second surgery to repair his heart again, thus proving that assignment officers actually do have hearts, despite all the things you hear. Again, thanks to his family and support and friends and co-workers during that time. Finally, Tom asked for and received orders to the 1st Coast Guard District Security Manager. First for a reason, we're the best. And so Tom and Shelley moved here to Boston. Despite the government shutdowns and COVID, 2.5 years, Tom managed to visit 59 of the 85 units in the District 1 AOR, which goes from New Jersey all over the Canadian border and out towards Burlington, Vermont. Many of them more than once in efforts to improve security and provide face-to-face training and interaction. Early in 2020, Tom and Shelley found a home in Maine. They have lived in Topsom, Maine since August and plan to remain there in their retirement. Citation to accompany the award, the Meritorious Service Medal, to Chief Warrant Officer Thomas M. Connelie, United States Coast Guard. Chief Warrant Officer Connelie is cited for meritorious service and the performance of duty while assigned as the 1st District Security Manager from August 2018 to August 2021. Demonstrating exceptional leadership and professional competence, Chief Warrant Officer Connelie completed over 62 unit security assessments, covering over 3/4 of the entire district, directly improving unit security capabilities and providing strategic planning for future infrastructure investments. A remarkable feat considering strict travel limits, pandemic lockdowns, and our nation's longest government shutdown, severely limiting travel during this period. Exhibiting extraordinary adaptability, he facilitates swift approval of over 580 foreign travel requests, helping applicants navigate constantly changing and often contradictory requirements and procedures with unyielding timelines, including the approval of 14 foreign travel emergency leave requests while travel was all but prohibited during COVID-19 pandemic. Demonstrating stellar teamwork, he conducted cryptographic security spot checks at all major field units, improving account oversight, and personally assisted special security events, such as the New York City Marathon, which hosted over 100,000 people from around the world inside the Sector New York security parameter. After 30 years, Chief Warrant Officer Connelie leaves behind a legacy of exceptional service to our nation. Chief Warrant Officer Connelie, dedication and devotion to duty are most heartily commended and are in keeping the highest tradition of the United States Coast Guard. Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents greetings, this is to certify that Chief Warrant Officer Thomas M. Connelie, having been retired after honorable service in the United States Coast Guard, is awarded this testimonial as an acknowledgement of duty faithfully performed during a period of over 30 years done at Washington, D.C. this first day of September in the year of our Lord, 2021. Shelley, I ask you to come and join us up here at the podium.
So far, we've been talking about me and my retirement, but let's talk about Shelley real quick. So, Shelley, I asked you for your hand, and you said yes. I doubt you realized at the time what that word would take, or where that word would take you. Chief, we may be calling you up here just a minute. We decided to become a family and started it growing. But each time we were expecting, I was gone. I was gone a lot. But you managed. Along the way, my job became a career. And it was an adventure that we decided to take together. That every time we moved, you had to leave friends and the things that you knew and start over in a new place. And you managed. Throughout our time together, I was gone. Again, I was gone a lot. And you were at home. When the world changed, I was gone. And you managed. When a skinned knee became an ambulance trip and I was gone, you managed. When another skinned knee meant the ER, I was gone. And again, you managed. When schools called, you managed. And as the kids got older, you were able to go back to work. But you had to change jobs with every move. And you managed. When I was ill, you managed. When life happened, you managed. Time has passed, and we are approaching the end of my career. And I'm grateful for all that you have done. I'm grateful that you put our family first, that you kept the home, and that you supported everything we did. I love that you managed to handle everything. But most of all, I love who you are, and that you said yes. My wife.
To all who shall see these present screens, it is my pleasure to express the grateful appreciation of the United States Coast Guard to you for enduring frequent separations from your husband while he served his country. Your husband often was required to do important Coast Guard work, which prevented him from spending more time with you. You should know that your husband's successful career has been challenging and has required an unselfish devotion and service to others. He would have preferred to have been at home to help you when you needed him, but his outstanding work in support of our country was also very important to your future. Your understanding has been essential to his success. The United States Coast Guard thanks you for your support.
Sir, on behalf of your fellow shipmates, we present you with this shadow box. Within the shadow box lies Sailor's most honored and cherished possessions, including the flag of the United States of America, representing a lifetime of valiant and faithful service.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming. And everyone says this, and I hope I'm going to live up to it. This is going to be a really short speech. 31 years ago, about this time, someone suggested the Coast Guard as a way for me to get out of my unplanned life. I wasn't really headed in a direction and was starting to talk about visiting the recruiting offices, and I was thinking Navy and Air Force. And my father said, why don't you talk to the Coast Guard? And I did. And I joined the Coast Guard thinking 4 years, get my GI Bill, get out and go back to college. And here we are, 30 and a half years later. I did get my college degree. I stopped along the way and worked on that. But I really want to thank my father for heading me down this path instead of maybe some other path that I've kind of worked out so well. I really want to thank all of my family for being supportive, for sacrificing in their ways to allow me to do this. In Shelley's case, and the kids moving around with me, my parents and siblings, separation, and being in different parts of the country. I want to thank all of my co-workers throughout the years, including the ones who are here. Thank you so much for all the support and helping me to become a better person. And thank you. That's it. I'm done.